You have a habit you're not proud of. Maybe you eat when you're not hungry. Maybe you scroll for hours when you should be sleeping. Maybe you snap at people you love when the pressure gets too high. You've tried to stop, and still, the habit comes back. Every time. But what if that habit isn't a flaw? What if every bad habit you have was once the thing that kept your ancestors alive? That changes everything. Your brain doesn't know about deadlines, delivery apps, or Wi-Fi signals. At its deepest layer, your nervous system is still running on ancient software. And that software was written in a world where the wrong decision didn't mean a bad day. It meant death. Psychologist Dr. Robert Sapolsky spent decades studying how stress reshapes the body and the brain. What he found was this: the same biological systems that once protected early humans from predators are the exact systems that now drive your most self-destructive patterns. The wiring was never meant for a world of abundance. It was built for scarcity. Think about what your ancestors faced. Food was not guaranteed. Safety was not guaranteed. Belonging to a group was not a social preference. It was a survival requirement. Every behavior that kept them alive got passed forward, including the ones that look like bad habits today. Take overeating. You sit down with something delicious, and you eat past the point of fullness. You know you're full. You eat anyway. Researcher Dr. David Kessler spent years investigating why humans overconsume food. His conclusion was blunt. Your brain is designed to stockpile. For 99% of human history, the next meal was never guaranteed. Your ancestors, who ate every available calorie when food appeared, survived the lean months. The ones who stopped when they were satisfied sometimes didn't. That drive to overconsume is not a modern failure. It is an ancient success. The proof is that you exist. Now put that same brain in front of a refrigerator that never empties, a phone that can summon any food in minutes. The ancient software doesn't update. It still says eat. It still says now. It still says you don't know when this will be available again. The bad habit is just the ancient instinct running in the wrong century. Look at procrastination. You avoid the hard task. You delay. Nothing gets done until the pressure becomes unbearable, and then suddenly, you can do it fast. You can do it well. That last-minute surge has a name. Researchers call it the threat response. When your nervous system detects a real, imminent danger, it dumps adrenaline, sharpens focus, and compresses time. Your body mobilizes everything it has. For your ancestors, that response was the difference between surviving an ambush and not surviving one. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk spent his career documenting how the nervous system responds to perceived threat. His findings made one thing clear: the body doesn't evaluate. It reacts, and a deadline, to a body that was built for the savannah, feels exactly like being chased. Your procrastination isn't laziness, it's your threat response, waiting for the danger to become real enough to act on. Think about the late-night scrolling, the inability to put the phone down even when you're exhausted. Sleep researcher Dr. Matthew Walker's work, combined with studies of modern hunter-gatherer groups, reveals that ancestral humans slept in two phases, with a period of wakefulness in the middle of the night. That wakefulness was not a problem. It was when the group shared stories, monitored the fire, listened for danger. Your restless brain at midnight is not broken. It is doing what it was always supposed to do. It's just using a phone instead of a fire. This is the uncomfortable truth about every bad habit you carry. It is not random. It is not a personality defect. It is a survival strategy that outlived the conditions that made it necessary. That doesn't mean the habit doesn't cause harm. It does. Overeating in a world of abundance causes real damage. Procrastination under deadline destroys real opportunities. Late-night scrolling steals real sleep and real health. But the origin is not weakness. The origin is survival. When you understand that, something shifts. You stop fighting yourself like you are broken. You start working with yourself like you are ancient. You acknowledge the signal, the hunger, the avoidance, the restlessness, and you ask a different question. Not, why can't I stop? But, what threat is my body still trying to protect me from? Sometimes, the threat dissolved 1,000 years ago, and the body never got the message. Sometimes the answer is something real. Stress, exhaustion, isolation, fear, dressed up as a craving or a scroll. The habit is always pointing at something. So the next time the habit arrives, the extra bite, the delay, the 2 a.m. phone screen, look at it differently, not with shame, with curiosity. Ask what it was built for. Ask what it's still trying to protect. Because the body that is inconveniencing you today is the same body that kept your line alive through ice ages, famines, and predators you will never have to face. You exist because they survived. And part of how they survived is still running inside you, right now, trying to do its job in a world it was never designed for. The habit didn't fail you. It just got here too late, born for a world that no longer exists, and still showing up anyway, every single day, trying to keep you alive.